Good morning. Happy Monday and welcome to Built in Texas. I said because I was trying to cut back on my coffee today. I lasted an hour. I tried to do tea. It's not working. So I'm back to my coffee. So I'm a little slow. But my name is Jasmine Brand and I'm the host of this weekly show powered by Her Texas. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what Her Texas is. But we're here every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, introducing you to some of the incredible women that are making an impact here in Texas and beyond. I always say beyond because Texas women are literally everywhere. Like our influence shapes so many different things that are outside the state. So we have had some women on that are not necessarily living in Texas, but they've got some connection to Texas. So, but we're here every Monday. We weren't here last week just because of the holidays. So this is our first show back in July, and we've kicking off the month, introduce you to a city that I don't really know a lot about. I've done a ton of reading on it though, since we connected with the two ladies that are going to be joining us today, but very fascinating. They are the founders of a really cool outdoor marketplace in Pflugerville, Texas, so we'll tell you a little bit about that. I always like to talk about my co-host, which you guys never see, which is Cash Brand, my colleague / coworker. He's already acting up this morning, you guys. Everyone always asks about Cash, and I think I'm going to he's my dog. I think I'm going to get him a little seat just so we can go ahead and cut through it, because as soon as anything live starts, he wakes up. I don't know where he got the divalicious behavior from, but I will introduce you all to him because I've started to get emails about Cash and wanting to meet him. So I will introduce you to one of these shows. I'll introduce you. But I'm an entrepreneur based in Dallas. I've started several ventures. And one of the things that I've discovered over the last 10 to 12 years is that most of the success I've had, and actually even some of the failures too, have propelled me forward. And the women that I've met along the way have been a huge proponent of that. And the idea of this show is to connect you, to help you meet some new women around the state. We do have people tuned in from around the state every week. But if you aren't, we've also started to get a lot of people not from Texas too, which has been very cool as well. This broadcast live on Facebook and LinkedIn every Monday, but we also share replay later on the week. So if you don't get a chance to tune in, or if you've got to leave, you can't watch the whole show, no problem. We'll share replay later this week. So without further ado, this is also, we try to keep it pretty bite-sized too, because we know Monday's crazy, but we try to get in, give you a little bit of information about who we are, what we do, and then of course introduce you to the women of the week. So let's go ahead and get started. As I shared, these are our two guests. I will introduce you to them in a little bit. They are Tamesha Brewer and Kimberly Mcarver. They're the founders of Noir Creators Space, a really cute outdoor marketplace, and they have an event this Saturday too. So I will be introduce you guys. We'll get to hear from them directly, but incredible. I got connected with them once and I really fell in love with their mission and with their energy too. Last week or the week before, actually, we had an incredible conversation about imposter syndrome, which affects so many of us as working women. I would definitely advise you to go to our website, hertexas.co, and click on Built in Texas to check out that show. Molly Kane is one of the top innovators, I'd say, in the Dallas startup scene. She's now in DC doing her thing. She and I hope to collaborate on some fun stuff too later this year, but she kept it real, as Molly always does, about imposter syndrome. And it's her belief that imposter syndrome is a superpower. It is not a negative thing, but a positive thing. So I would advise you, if you've got some time or tonight with a little glass of wine, tune into that conversation. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So a little bit about Her Texas. Her Texas was founded in 2019 to address the connectivity challenges faced by women that live, work, and do business here in the state. As I mentioned, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been here, was born here, and we're just a large state. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We have so many people here, over 14 million women alone. And because of the size, that's both a challenge and opportunity. Opportunity because there's so many people that you could connect with and so many different opportunities around the corner. But size, we just can't get to everything sometimes, and just awareness of what's happening. Especially if you're in a smaller town, you may not get access to some of the resources. And it's our belief at Her Texas that no matter what zip code you live in, no matter where you live, that you should have access to the same opportunities. And that's kind of what our mission is to increase collaboration, communication, and community for working women here in the state. So breaking it down, what we do, we increase awareness of the women that live, work, and do business here. We hope to be a marketing engine, a fuel for women that are doing stuff here. Sometimes you don't get to hear from some of the cool stuff that's happening here. And I think that's just because there's a platform, there's a need for a platform, and we hope to be that platform for women that are doing really cool stuff from a female founder's perspective, or companies being led by women executives, or just women that have innovation and ideas. We want to help to get the word out. Statewide networking opportunities. We get very stuck in our cities, in our neighborhoods, and our friends. We don't expand outward, and we want to actually force you. And if you all know me, or if you've met me, I'm definitely a pusher. I like to nudge women towards opportunities because in order for us to grow, we have to expand our network. And so COVID showed me specifically that this idea that we can help each other no matter where we live is a valid one. That our network is not tied to whether you live in Dallas or if you're in Pflugerville, but that you have a huge sisterhood around the state that wants you to be successful, that's got your back, but we just need to connect you. We definitely want to help female founders grow. I am a female founder. That is my tribe. So we want to help you, give you the resources to be successful, help employers connect with Texas women, and of course, navigate the state because it's a big state. Okay, first up. So we do have a first in-person event happening, which I'm really excited about. This is a really unique event concept for us. It's not been done before, so this is our first time to try this out, but very thrilled about it. It's a road trip. We eventually will make our way around the entire state. I'll be hosting this first one, but y'all, I'm tired. And I can't get to the whole state. So it's my hope that we will eventually have co-hosts that will help us co-host these. And it's basically a takeover. So for Saturday, at the end of this month, we will be spending the entire weekend supporting women-owned businesses there, shining a light on women in Houston. And that's what our hope is, to make our way around the state. So from actually that Friday through Sunday, we'll use our social channels to get the word out about Houston-owned businesses. Anything that's happened about Houston, we want to shine a light on. If you are in Houston, we want you to come out and connect with us. If you're not from Houston, you can go to our website. We've got a couple of options as far as transportation, accommodations, if you want to come down. I'll be coming down from Dallas. I know we've already got several women from Dallas that have signed up to attend. And if you can't come, that's okay. You can still show love to the Houston women by liking their pages, liking the content we put out. But it's going to be so much fun. And the goal is to, like I said earlier, to increase the statewide networking connection. No matter where you are, we need to have the ladies of Houston have their back, but we also need to connect with them, and they need to connect with us too. This has not been done before. It should be done right at this point. And we now know that it is really hard to start something to be successful. And if you just moved here, it can be really lonely. And that's our hope, is to build some connections. Here's the itinerary. And as I said last week, y'all, I didn't come up with that because I'm not that cute with the names. We will kick off Saturday with the lunch. We'll do some shopping, and then we have dinner planned. Sunday, we're going to kick off with a brunch. I'm actually still looking for a brunch place. So if you guys know where somewhere cute in Houston, that's fine, with about 15 girls. We'll do a museum visit, and then we're going to do a mural district tour. If you are in Houston, we'll do dinner again. If you have to leave, that's cool. And then Monday, we've got complimentary co-working for any woman in Houston, or if you've driven down, you can work with us. And then I'll be doing this show actually live from Houston. She Space is our gracious event partner for the luncheon and for co-working. It is the sickest space ever, you all. It is a space for women, designed by women. So can't wait for you to see it. This is where the luncheon will take place. So would love to see if you come up for that. So cute. And she's just very intentional, Stephanie, the founder, of providing space that helps to increase productivity, not just be cute, because we also got to get done too. So it's a cute, productive space. So can't wait for you to see more of that. June Rodel owns Rosie Cannonball. She has graciously opened up her doors for us. They are creating a custom menu for us. This is for the foodies and the wine girls. So if you're a foodie or wine girl, you definitely need to come to dinner. This is a limited seating. We can't, one day we'll be able to buy out the restaurant, y'all. We can't yet. So we've got, I think, 12 spaces now. We already have 5 RSVPs for this. This is a fixed menu type of situation. So you can shoot an email to us. We can give you more details, but definitely you want to submit an RSVP. June is one of a handful of female master sommeliers, which means she is an expert in all things wine. And it's not even expert. That's probably underplaying it, y'all. She's one of the top in the country when it comes to wine knowledge and curation. So very excited. I believe she's going to pop by and say hi too. Then Janice Bond, you guys have heard me talk about her. I have a serious girl crush on her. She's a deputy director at the Contemporary Arts Museum of Houston. She is going to come by, say hi, give us some tea about the art scene. But she herself is incredible. An art curator, a business owner. She was in Japan for a while. Just an incredible gift that the museum got in her. And then finally, Angie has a very cute blog called The 25 Smiles. She'll be actually doing our mural district tour. She's got the cutest, sickest little Instagram if you guys want to go follow her. So fun, so supportive of women, based in Houston. So can't wait for that. So how to get involved and support. Subscribe to our newsletter. Select one of our channels to follow. You can shoot us an email if you just want to know more info to hello@hertexas.co. You can also do that too if you want to RSVP for anything or you have questions about this upcoming road trip. If you want to partner, sponsor, or really talk about how to get involved with Her Texas, you can email me directly. You guys can email me directly too. I'm just slower with the inbox. Join us in Houston if that's how you support us, or tell a Houston woman we need to meet or support. We really want to shine a light on Houston businesses. And people think I'm joking when I say it. I was like, no, we actually want to. So if you know a woman that's got a business or needs to connect with other women and she's in Houston, I want her to come out. I want us to show her some love. And then stay tuned. We do have another meetup in August. It is our first in-person one. This one's going to be in Dallas. This is going to be pretty big. I will be announcing the details on this soon. No, I have not slept yet, y'all. But the fall's going to be popping just because Her Texas, we just had so many stops and starts. And it's been so slow because of the pandemic, as a lot of you know. And so now we can kind of kick into full gear. So lots of fun stuff planned. hertexas.co. We actually are doing a revamp on the website too. That'll be coming. IG, FB, LinkedIn. We do have a private Facebook group too. That's where we provide a lot of the more intimate conversations and job opportunities. If someone's got something they want to share with the group, that's usually where we share that. Just look for Her Texas. So without further ado, I want to actually go ahead and get into our conversation. If you guys are ready, I want to bring the ladies on. As I said, our goal is to do statewide connections, statewide opportunities. I met with them, and I'm just excited about you all meeting them too. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring the ladies on.
I like that pop.
What's up? How's it going?
Hey. We're good.
How's it going?
We've been good. We're hanging out backstage. Just watching.
It actually looks like, it sounds like we have a real stage, huh?
Right.
Okay, cool. So it sounds like that we have a little bit of delay with your audio. Are y'all hearing me correctly? Okay. It seems like it's a little bit
fine.
Perfect. It's kind of fuzzy too now as well. So if it goes out, I'll let you know.
Do you want to? Okay.
Let's just keep going, and if we have any issues, I can keep talking. I can have y'all log back in. I'm gonna mess her name up. Brazona. Just give y'all a shout out already. Now I see you guys are freezing out a little bit.
She's lagging.
So yeah, you are freezing. Do you guys want to log back in? I can keep chatting. Y'all want to log back because you just froze.
Yes. All right. Mm-hmm.
Come back. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, Karen, what's up, girl? Thank you so much for joining from New York. My sister and I actually will be there in September for her birthday. We always do a girl sister trip in New York, #brands in New York. That's our cheesy hashtag. And we get dressed up and we act completely different in New York than we do down here. Different hair, different makeup. So I'll have to let you know when we're up there, actually, because we can't wait. We've been dying to get back to NYC. So Molly, hey girl, She Space is so cool, Molly. I will, whenever we talk soon, which I hope so, I'll tell you more about it. Very cool space. The founder is so awesome, and she's so supportive. And it looks like you said you're in Miami. I'd love to hear what you're doing in Miami. Jealous. Super jealous. So, but as I share with you all, our hope is to build connection. And this month we've got women from around the state that will be joining. The ladies are back.
Oh,
That's
is that better?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's clear. Yay. Okay, so can you all tell us, let's off the bat, introduce yourselves, give us a quick little 10 to 15 second intro of who you are, what you do, and then let us know a question we've been asking: sushi or Tex-Mex? I'll start with you. Tamesha, start with you.
Hi, my name is Tamesha Brewer. I am one half of Noir Creators Space. And we're both born and raised Austinites, east side of Austin. And then it's funny because that's how we ended up meeting up, going back to the HBCU and east side of Austin. And then, we just realized like, okay, we have really good ideas. We bounce together, we work together really well. We are like, well, let's, try this idea. I just had a random idea one day and she was here for it. And so now we have Noir Creator Space. And I'm going to say for me, it's going to be Tex-Mex all day. I can't lie. I'm a Tex-Mex girl. Okay. I love my queso, nachos, enchiladas, flautas. So yeah.
Ooh, queso sounds delicious right now too. That's because I'm doing a dairy-free thing right now, Tamesha. So that queso girl just hit. Oh my God. You shouldn't even say that. I'd be so distracted. Kimberly, introduce yourself. Tell us a little about who you are, and then Tex-Mex or sushi.
Jasmine, I'm right there with you with the non-dairy, so I know I feel your pain right now.
My skin is cleared up when I stop eating it, Kimberly. Right?
But because the glow is showing. Look at the glow you got. I'm saying, you gotta stay away from it. But I'm Kimberly Mcarver. Born and raised Austinite. Same as before. Tamesha said we actually did meet at Houston-Tillotson University. We're both pursuing our bachelor's degrees. Yes. Tamesha's doing education. I'm doing business administration. Noir Creators Space she does vending events. Yeah, I wouldn't because of COVID. And when she was telling me about it, I say, it's money, but this is missing, or we don't do this in Pflugerville. And I'm like, so let's do it. Me and you do one. And she was like, for real? I was like, yeah, why not? We got enough common sense. We could talk to some people,
right?
And that's how Noir Creators Space was honestly born. It was just literally a conversation. We saw a place that we needed to be inside of, so we created that space. Mm-hmm. As for me, I'm probably going to say sushi because HEB has those. They have those rolls that they do like
the one with the shrimp in it. Yeah, those are good. The spring rolls.
So I kind of get a little bit. I can't do Tex-Mex right now. I can't do cheese. So
I got the dairy girl.
You can't do Tex-Mex if you're not doing cheese. I mean, not doing dairy. It's really a problem. You can eat shrimp, but like, who's gonna have shrimp without no cheese on it or anything like that? Right. So, Kim, you said that something about that. So, Noir Creator Space is an outdoor marketplace. Can you tell us a little bit, Kim, about like who's invited to it normally? And then you made a comment earlier that it's not something that happens in Pflugerville. Explain that a little bit more too.
Absolutely. So we showcase and highlight biopic owned businesses. So that's Black, Indigenous, or people of color. And Pflugerville is a very, very small town. Like it's on the outskirts of Austin, but because of the colonization that's been occurring in Austin, and specifically East Austin, a lot of us have been pushed out to the Pflugerville, Round Rock, Manor area, which are the outskirts cities that on the outside of Austin. We noticed that there's so many people that are creative here. Like it's insane how many people that are here that just have so much talent. And you don't get to hear it or see it or showcase it. Yep. I started actually asking people, because I'm huge at the farmers market. I love going to farmers market, take the kids every Sunday. It's fun. And I started asking people, like, why don't you guys go to the farmers market or do vending events? And they said they felt uncomfortable. They said they didn't see enough of us there, so they didn't know if that was a space for us. Yeah. So we are intentional about.
The farmers markets are not that diverse?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. Austin is like 7% Black, I want to say.
So imagine at your farmer's market, you got maybe 1 to 2,
maybe out of 100. So it's like,
and it's not even just like counting Blacks. I'm just talking someone who's other than white.
Yeah.
So you might have like one Hispanic, maybe one Black. So at all those vendors, I was like, that can't just be a coincidence.
So we intentionally started asking Black business owners, Black creatives, Black services, because we have doctors, we have dentists, we have chiropractors, we have masseuses, and they're here, they're right here. So we wanted to create that space. So when we got there, everybody was able to network, talk, be comfortable, feel like they're in their element. Now, we don't discriminate against anyone, not at all. But this is why it was the push for it, because even though there's always kind of like that underlining, like, I want to, but I'm not sure kind of deal. So it's like, you're welcome. Come. We want you. We want to talk about you. And that's essentially what makes it, what makes Noir Creators Space what it is. Yeah.
So what have your experiences been like in Pflugerville? And like for some of those that don't know, so you all are located, is it between Round Rock and Austin? Are you kind of in that space?
Yeah, so we're between a rock and a weird place. That's
hilarious.
So, Pflugerville is a metropolitan of Austin. So we're like, barely 30 minutes, 20 minutes so outside of Austin. And then we're right next to Round Rock as well, which would be like the next big city.
Okay.
Like literally, I mean, depending on what side of a road you're on.
Okay.
So
the connect, so it sounds like Pflugerville is got, you said a big creative community, but would you say that the city feels kind of still segregated in some way? Or do you think it's kind of a very integrated, very community driven city, or what, from your experience?
I think the face of it, they definitely want to give that, like, oh, you know, we have a very mixed and diverse, which they do have a very big mixed and diverse, but I would say, is the city backing that mixed and diversity? Is it supporting that mixed and diversity? I'm gonna say it's a definite no. Just with us starting this, we haven't really, I would say, got city support, or like, you know, someone tapping in like, hey, I hear we're doing this, how can we help out? Austin has definitely been, you know, really big on the support, you know, but we want to get our city that we're currently in support. But I feel like that's why I wanted to choose here. It's an untapped city. There's definitely room for potential. There's so many Black businesses that are moved here. There's so many people from East Austin that have relocated here. So we have a really nice mixed community. It's just, okay, let's bring ourselves together. Let's create these opportunities for us. I can't wait for someone else to come in and create these opportunities. It's up to us. And especially being natives, I think it's super more important that we are spearheading this community.
Absolutely.
I agree. And so, I mean, I think it's the same idea I've shared with you all too about, you know, sometimes we can work to try to join other people's table, but after a while we have to kind of create our own, and we open it up for other people to be part of it. But if we really want to kind of start to achieve what we want, you sometimes have to do it yourself. So Tamesha, it sounds like you have vending experience, and it sounds like, Kim, you've got like marketing or PR, or it seems like a content creator. So tell us about the very first, or it sounds like you do a lot, Kim. I'm sorry, girl, I forgot. But can you tell us in the audience about the very first one that happened this past spring? We were still kind of really in pandemic, although Texas has been wild now, but that's a whole other story. But technically, though, businesses were still feeling it when y'all started the very first marketplace. Talk to us about that very first one. How many showed out? What did you learn from it? What challenges did you have?
I mean, when we started the first one,
what was it, too, by the way?
$0 in the bank account.
What was it?
Where was it?
Oh, where was it? So the first one was in the colored edition in Pflugerville. So a lot of people aren't aware of the colored edition. Pretty much, Pflugerville has always been a segregated city. It's founded by Germans. like I would say like during like the potato famine or something like that, where they had all came down here. So they had slaves. There's like 5 original families. So they had slaves, and then over time, once slavery was over, these became sharecroppers, but they were given this one section of land. And it's located in downtown Pflugerville, and that's where they had schools, homes, church. Everything was done. Yeah, so everything was in this one little patch area. You really didn't break out of that patch of area. So that became the color edition. Over time, Pflugerville has grown, and there's not as much segregation, or I would say it's more systematic than just out in front of you. So we have been able to disperse. The church that I do currently go there, where we do hold it as St. Mary's Missionary Baptist Church, which is the oldest and the first. It was the colored church of that area. There are a lot of the original families go to that church and are still there. The elementary school, Cardwell Elementary, is named after one of the Black educators that did teach in Pflugerville. So we chose that area. I feel like it had a lot of significance. At first, we were looking for all these other places, but then that popped up, and I was like, it was the perfect location because it was so much more than just, okay, I'm doing it at my church in this parking lot. Like, it's rich with history. And I feel like it definitely grounded. Our whole point of even doing this is like, okay, we want to be able to create a space for Black-owned businesses to come and commune with and network with their customers, and then also with other businesses. I feel like we connected a lot of people that didn't know each other, probably would have never met each other had they not been able to come to this market. So we had the first one in April. Literally, we were just like Googling everything. We had no idea what we were doing. We're literally at work on calls and texting like, okay, we gotta.
How hot is it gonna be? Should we have it here? Do we need this? What should we ask people to bring? It was literally like we have to kind of start looking at other markets. Markets. Okay, what do they do and how do they do it? And let's do that, but make it kind of like our thing. One of the big things that we made sure to do was to feed our vendors, because we realized that when you are vending, you're sitting somewhere for 4 to 6 hours, and you really can't leave your table if you don't have anyone there. So you're hungry, you're famished, probably gonna get irritated. Can't put your best face forward. So it's like, let's bring food to them. Let's make sure they have water. Let's make sure they have PPE. Let's make it to where they're comfortable and they can really, do their best. So all of that was a big thing. Our first market, we had like almost
500
people. We did not
anticipate that. Not at all.
I thought maybe 100. But yeah, the community really showed up, and it was so beautiful. So beautiful.
What was the biggest lesson y'all learned? Besides, I know y'all had to hustle while you make it on the very first one, but what else did you learn?
Oh,
timing.
Yes.
Our people. I love our people. But we got to keep mind frame, because if we're telling you, hey, arrive at 10 so you can be ready to go by noon, it's because you need to be there at like 9:45, really setting up. And a lot of our vendors, this was their first time ever vending. So they didn't know how to put up tents. They didn't know where to set up tables. So they're coming in instead at 11:30 trying to set up. Well, now the customers are coming in, and so now we can't lend the help or get the volunteers to help them the way we want to, because they weren't there. So it's like, okay, so. Yeah,
so for this next one,
y'all
have another one coming up. Y'all just going to work with the vendors probably in a different way for this or y'all have a different process than with vendors?
We've implemented systems.
Yeah, we have a system. We have a system now.
Yeah.
And this was going to be a little different also because it's taking place between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. We're trying to get people in before it gets too hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
We learned our lesson Juneteenth.
Yeah. Juneteenth. The first one was noon to 5, and I was like, bro, it's hot. Like, this is.
I was like sunburned by the end of it.
So we're like, no, let's push it forward. And this is for the children because it is our school supply drive also.
Okay.
So we wanted to make it so everybody didn't get dehydrated. So now it's like, okay, y'all get here at 8. We're going to leave a little bit of wiggle room, but not too much, like a 30-minute window, but get here at 8. Unpack, get your things out, and we do ask for volunteers. We're still looking for volunteers, y'all.
If anybody would like to,
come on out. So we can actually help them unpack their cars, unload their products, or whatever service they're going to display, and help them get set up. Because it generally takes 15 to 20 minutes, especially if it's like 2 to 3 people doing it.
I would say, I was like, yeah, because by myself it's easy like an hour. So
Okay. And so it sounds like y'all have another one coming up. So the first one obviously was a big success. Tell us about the one that's happening this Saturday. Who's going to be there? What can people expect if they want to swing by or come down?
So it's going to be this Saturday, the 17th. We are going to be back in Pflugerville at our original OG location, at St. Mary's Baptist Church. We are doing a school spot drive, so we have about 200 backpacks that we'll be handing out. So that is first come, first serve. So get there bright and early. We're also raffling off a $500 classroom grant to educators. Me being a fellow educator, I know that money will definitely go far and be able, to do things to help your students succeed. So I'm super excited about that. Some businesses will have, we will be there. So Walk by Faith will be here. Lane Noir Sugar will be there. I also have the Dentist Brand Family Dentistry, which is a biopic-owned dentist. They will be there.
The chiropractor, Dr. Friedman.
Yes, we'll also have a D Sweets and Treats. Oh my God, she has the most moist bun cakes in life.
You can't. That's got dairy in it though, Kim. You can't have that.
No. She has vegan. She has vegan options.
Oh, she does.
Yes,
and we have cookie
we have cookie code. They have vegan, and you couldn't even. I couldn't even tell you if those cookies are vegan or not. They're really good. Who else is done?
We have LS&M.
Yeah,
we have LS&M coming out.
No, they're not. She has a market. She also runs. She's another black. So we like to collab with other people too. She's another black owned.
She does vendor markets
too.
But she also has her label as well.
Yes.
So she does clothing.
So wait, it's 10 to 3. It's 10 to 3. It's 10 to 3. Is the
10 to 3? Yes.
Okay, 10 to 3, and it's going to be at the church. Can you give the name of the church again?
Yes, it's going to be St. Mary's Missionary Baptist Church. It's on Russell Street, right off Pecan Street.
In Pflugerville.
Okay, yes. Perfect. So let's ask you this, because we don't have a lot of time left. I want to kind of get to the female founder aspect of things. So as I shared in the beginning, one of our goals, of course, is to build community and network, but also to bring awareness. But we also want to support female founders too. Can you all talk about just as being, and I'm assuming you guys are pretty new as far as starting businesses, or if you're not, you can share with that as well. Maybe talk about what do you need right now as businesswomen here in the state of Texas? What would help you take the marketplace to the next level? You earlier, I think Tamesha said something about you all haven't gotten any city support. Let me know if that would help, or just generally from a business acumen perspective, what would help you all like take this to the next level as you start thinking about next year?
Absolutely. I would definitely say having the city support would be like
monumental.
Probably number one, in all honesty, because we genuinely want to keep a market in Pflugerville. We genuinely do. We love the space. We love what it stands for. I would say secondly,
funding.
Funding is the biggest one. Sponsorships from other companies, and just getting out there. We have had some really, really dope companies back us. 11 Degrees is actually going to be the sponsor, and they're a daiquiri shop. Daiquiri shop located right here in Pflugerville. Yes. They're the ones that's actually funding the $500 giveaway. But if we can get more of that, we can continue to grow. And I really want our social media presence to just be like huge, because there are people that come up to us. They're like, "Oh, we heard about y'all," but then there are others that's like, "I didn't even know y'all did that." And so it's like, what do we need to do to really get out there so everybody can see us? And we know social media marketing is literally number one right now for the growth of any company, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but Pinterest, all of these things. Like having that social media marketing presence is top two, and it ain't number two. Like it literally is what grows your business, hands down, bar none. So I feel like that would be the biggest deal, and just having more collaborations and knowing that what we're here for, what we stand for, and having companies that also understand that mission and go hand in hand with us.
Yeah, and what you all are saying is so true. You know, because I've spoken to so many different female founders, what you're asking for is definitely not anything that's different. I will say the city support, it would be probably really huge for you all, just because you are, to me, putting the city on a map. I would never even know about this happening unless I had connected with you all. So I definitely think that that city support is really huge. And then marketing and funding are always going to be your challenge. And as you get bigger and more money, more problems, I mean, it's just going to be that way too. So hopefully as we broadcast this to the other ladies around the state, if you are someone who is connected with from a funding perspective or is a sponsorship guru, to connect with the ladies, or also to digital marketing solutions too, would be great. So we got a couple more minutes left. I want to ask you both kind of what's next. So we know we have the marketplace this Saturday, but what's next for you both and for Noir's Creator Space? And then finally, we always end with inspiration and talking about the women that have made a difference in our lives. Tell us about a Texas woman or Texas women that have inspired you, or someone that you really look up to. Tamesha, you want to start with you?
Yeah, so what's next for Creator Space? We're in the process of getting our nonprofit together. Community is big to me and Kimberly, so we want to be able to do so much more than just, you know, doing the markets. I want to be able to help fund businesses, be able to direct them and where they need to go. I want them to be able to grow. Like I've always tell people, Noir Creators Space is just a stepping stone. I want to be able to uplift you and elevate you to where you would like to be and where your business would like to be. So I would say that's our biggest thing. We do have 2 really cool things that it's like never done before. It's like out of our comfort zone. Doing our fall festival and our winter wonderland, which will be a 2-day market indoors. So that'll be really cool. And then we do plan on wanting to do like business conferences and stuff like that. For us to be able to commune, and so not always just selling, but for us to like sit down, relax, you know, be able to talk to other business owners, get insight, knowledge, educate. Because at the end of the day, educating yourself is super important when it comes to business, because that's how you elevate and that's how you reach the pinnacle, you know, place that you want to be. So I want to be able to offer that for our businesses. So that's really what we got cooking up.
I love that. And I think you have to make time for that piece of you guys pouring into yourselves too, because especially what you do with so many different people, you can spend a lot of time diverting your attention to others, but taking that time to try to attend at least one conference, get on a session or a seminar. And that's one of the things, hopefully we'll be providing some of that stuff for you all too. But I think just researching that, because that connection and networking is so huge. And for me, I've started several companies. Even right now, I'm having to get back and network. I forgot I'm rusty with it, but I forgot how great it is though, because in the beginning when I was just getting started, some of the resources I was taking so much time trying to figure out myself. There's women out there who know and want to help out, right? Like there's tons of women that have already done it or could tell you, ooh, don't do that. Even starting your nonprofit too. So I think that's really, really smart. Kim, did you want to add anything else about what's next, or do y'all want to now share kind of who the women that are inspiring you?
I was going to share my Texas women that inspire us. Okay. Yeah. One hands down is like big sis, our mentor is Terry P. Mitchell. Terry is, we would not have what we have right now with Noir Creators Space if it wasn't for her. She was one of the first people that I spoke to about it. And she was like, let me give you all of this to get you started. Let me show you what to say, whether it's scripting, whether it's planning, who to reach out to, what to say. She, hands down, bar none, is just,
she's been amazing. Yeah.
She's top tier. She owns Elion & Co. with her husband. She does
Glam Beauty Bar,
Glam Beauty Bar, also a business in Pflugerville. I mean, Terry is just, she's everything. Another woman for me is Barbara Jordan. I can't say enough amazing things about her being when I originally went to college, I wanted to do a political career. And when I was a child, I wanted to be an attorney. And she was one of the reasons why. And seeing how much she put into everything, how much of a change she made. The elementary school that's named after her is in the heart of like Northeast Austin. She's just everything. And I want to say my third one is Miss Pamela Benson.
Oh, Pam.
She's the CEO of Six Square. They are our fiscal agent. So they're the reason why we can even say we're nonprofit right now. Yeah. And it was Miss Pam on a call with her one day, told her what we wanted to do, and she was like, okay, let me call such and such and get it done. And I mean,
you got it done.
Like that. And every time you interact with her, you learn something from her. You learn who she is, what she's from, and she pours into her community as well as other, especially women of color. She told me that she was just like, y'all are doing something so big, and don't ever lose lose firm from that. Like hold firm to that. Know what you're doing. It's gonna be some issues, but know you got your community backing you. And like those are at least my 3 that I just that do it for me. Bonus for Kendra Scott because Kendra, she does her thing also. I do love Kendra Scott. I do.
Okay, those are good choices.
Me, Terry, same thing. Terry is always going to be like on our list. My second one is going to be Miss Soccer Thomas. She's actually a family friend of mine. And I've always just known her as, you know, she's a realtor. I remember as a child one time she took us to this like huge house out on Westlake. She's like, I'm selling this. And I was like, you're way. But I never really resonated with me, so I became an adult. But she's such a trailblazer. Like she's on all these different boards. I mean, she's someone like when you're in the realtor game, like you reach out to Soccer Thomas. And so in secret, she doesn't really know how much I admire her. But I do.
Oh, well, we gotta let her know.
Because, I mean, she has moved mountains and she's so humble. She's so sweet. And I just love her. So like just seeing the things she does and like secretly stalking her on, you know, Facebook. I don't have to because I can just call her. But she's an inspiration to me. And so I love it. You know, we're just these little girls from Texas, but we're out here doing it big. And so I love that. My last one, she's not from Texas, but she's my mentor in my head. And that would be Monique Rodriguez, who's the owner of Mael Organic.
Can you say her name again?
Today, I'll be able to meet her. Monique Rodriguez. She's the owner of Mael Organic. Yes. She's on mentor in my head. I love her. Like she is God-fearing and everything she touches. She's a blessing to so many people. I love her energy. I love her attitude. Her growth has been 7 years and she's literally like almost a global conglomerate. Like she is amazing. So so that's that's what I want.
I believe she's from is it
No, Chicago. I know their business from Chicago.
Okay, could be. I met her once at a South by Southwest event. She actually spoke, and she's beautiful in person. She's inspiring. She is everything.
Her personality.
Call her. I thought she had a Texas connection. I was really about to get super excited. Maybe she has a cousin or something here.
Maybe
she do, because she used to come to South by Southwest every year.
Okay.
Until COVID hit.
Yeah,
I bet she has a connection here.
Like. She has to, because her and the chick from My Fab Finance, they both come down pretty often.
I like her a lot. She's really cool too.
The Lip Bar people, they came down like 2-3 years in a row. You're right about that. I do love.
I love Monique. So yeah, she's my mentor in my head.
Well, I always believe you have to manifest that. So like, get it out of your head, put it out. So when we send this out in the video, I'll ask you guys to send me all the names of the ladies so we can list them out, because I definitely believe you never know, she may want that blessing too, or maybe needing that today too. So I want to thank you both for coming on. I'm excited about what you guys are building down there, and we have a road trip to Houston, but we're gonna have to make our way down to Pflugerville. I already feel that coming too.
Come down, we're ready. We are ready.
How can people connect with you? Let us know all the channels, and then also how do I get tickets, or what's the process for attending on Saturday?
Awesome. So, hands down, Instagram. we are living our hand. So, heavy on Instagram. If you want to purchase tickets, that's actually in our link tree, which is in our Instagram bio. As soon as you click on it, you'll be able to find the tab. All our tickets are free. You're more than welcome to donate if you would like. We on our website or through our link tree as well. Our email is gonna be BL. How do you spell it? You got it.
BLK.
Creators Market at gmail.com. We are eventually going to change that. It's so long.
I'll mess it up to y'all that member. We'll send it in our email. We'll make sure we include all your contact information.
Yes.
We're on Facebook also.
Yes.
We haven't done a Snapchat or a TikTok, but we probably need to, because I'm hearing that's where all the growth is happening right now.
TikTok. I don't dance
Let
like
me give y'all two pieces of advice. Yes, quick, easy email for sure. Because my mom will be the type, she'll spell out black all the way. So I already know that. And then 2, focus on 1 or 2 channels and do those really, really well. Because you'll wear yourself out trying to do all of them. Yeah, just
the OGs of social media.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you all. I can't wait to come visit. This Winter Wonderland sounds amazing. I feel that might be the one
It's
I'm gonna
gonna
try
be
to come.
so awesome.
You may have to come down
That's
for that.
gonna be
That's
so
gonna be kind of
cool.
epic.
We're doing it big for that one.
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us, and thank you all for tuning in. We're so excited to support the ladies, and if you want more information, we'll share it on all our social channels, and this replay will be up too in case you came in later, you didn't get to see all of it. So we will be back with another group of incredible women next week. So we'll see you then.